Hello. Good morning, my friends. Today's Wednesday, May 1st. This is what we're going to be doing today. So we're still doing our slightly lighter week, but you do have a kind of a big project going on with the animal science research project. So you want to make sure you're doing that. Attendance. I shared a Google Doc, and I would like everybody just to write an X next to their name for attendance. Please make sure you're doing that because we want to make sure everybody's actually doing school right now. One thing we're really trying to do is make sure our school doesn't go into the summertime, which we will do if people are not actually taking the online learning seriously. Because then it's kind of like, well, you already have your vacation, and we have these laws about how much school kids need to do. So please take all of this seriously and help us by doing your attendance. Just go to that Google Doc, put an X right there. Next up is read for 30 minutes. Fill in your reading log. Make sure you're doing your reading log. That way I know you're reading. Next up, cursive letter. Remember, with the cursive letter, you can be writing to anybody. You could write to me. I put my address on that list of people to write to. You could also write to anybody in the class who wrote their name and address on the list. Family members. You will find that if you create a correspondence with somebody and you write to them, they write to you, and you write to them back, that's kind of a fun thing to do. And it, like for me, I think I mentioned this before, but I still have letters from when I was 10 years old and I wrote my cousins every single day. Well, not every day, but I wrote them every week for probably about 3 years. Okay, next up is the reveal of the what's going on in that New York Times picture. So you can be finding that. And remember that picture where there's scuba divers and you weren't sure exactly what's happening? Well, if you read this, it'll say, well, what was happening? And then it asks you a couple questions. Please answer the questions. I'll have another reveal up, what's going on in this picture up next week to look at. Math. Make sure you're doing your math, obviously. Check your math. Math's just kind of light and fun this week. And you can always do your own math at home. If you invite your parents to play that war game, the war math multiplication game, that's a good game. Dominoes, if you have dominoes at home. Try to see if you can play some math games with your parents. Science, animal research project. That's the big thing we're doing right now. Just continue to find information about your animal. This is your chance to become an expert on the animal that you choose, on any animal. My nephew is a total expert on octopus. He knows all kinds of octopuses. His favorite is the mimic octopus. If you look on YouTube, you can find pictures of it and video of it, and it can just suddenly look like rocks or look like another animal, and it can change the texture of its skin just in like half a second. It's really fascinating. I hadn't even heard of it, and he's like, yeah, hey Daniel, let me tell you about the mimic octopus. And he sat me down, and I was like, dang, Nico, you're kind of like an expert on octopus. And he's like, yeah, I am. So this is your chance to become an expert on some kind of animal. Next up, and I also wrote, try drawing your animal. That's a really good way to kind of get to really feel and know what its body's like and what it really looks like. Because when you draw, you look at something really carefully. That's why I loved drawing, and I took a lot of drawing classes throughout college because I was so interested in it, and painting too. But it's just a way to just settle your brain down. It's also good if you're feeling kind of anxious. In fact, that'll be my wellness tip maybe tomorrow. And just look at something really carefully, and you just start kind of settle down, and you start to really notice something. And it's nice because you don't always slow down, especially in this world of computers. You don't always slow down and really look at something carefully. You start breathing deeper, and that feels good too. Newsela. Anything you want to find on Newsela? Something you're interested in, though, please. Find something you're interested in and read about it. There might be 2 articles or 3. And then take the quiz, though, too, to make sure you're really comprehending what you're reading. And maybe your animal has an article on Newsela. Art. You should all be doing your art projects that Melissa has on her blog. I know she spends a lot of time on that, and she did a video this week. And then wellness. This one's a little bit related to one we did before, but it's something you should do every day anyway. Take a minute to list 3 things you're grateful for. Ideas might be members of our family, the place we live, our friends, good health, good music, special moments that we've had that you are remembering, the beauty in nature, the earth, our chance to live on this planet. This is our time to be on this planet. So many people lived here before us, and now it's our time. And that's something to be kind of like in wonder of and thankful for. This is our chance to do something special. So that's it for today. Make sure you do the attendance and check everything off on the personal checklist as you go. All right, guys, have a great day.